Hello there and welcome back to DXB Today, where we are talking all things fitness and finding your tribe. And with us, we have one of the first strength and conditioning experts in the region for women's only retreats. Please join me in welcoming one of the co-founders of OSSALMA. It's Salma Ismail. Thank you so much for being on the show with us.
Pleasure being here. Thank you for having me.
Did I describe that accurately? Is it a women's only retreat? What happens at them?
So initially it was a ladies only fitness boutique. So what we do is strength and conditioning classes. And to kind of foster the more sense of community and go beyond the classes, we have created fitness retreats. Well, it's not really fitness retreats. I like to call it active adventure retreats. So we do both locally and one international retreat a year for our community. Incredible.
So tell us a little bit what you would do on a retreat, for example, one that's local and one that's international.
So local, we would go to somewhere in the UAE. We would do like a 2-day active adventure retreat where there is a lot of we curate the meal plans and the food. We do a lot of outdoor fitness activities and physical activities. And it's more like what you would do on a staycation, but make it more fitness. And for the international retreats, it's a whole 360-degree angle where we focus on fitness, food, culture, a safe environment for women, physical outdoor activities, sound healing, yoga, meditation. So we kind of get that whole angle involved in it. And it's also something that they can take it outside of the gym and do more of. And also for them to know what to do when you go on vacation, how to always stay active, and doesn't necessarily have to be in the gym.
Were you inspired to start this group because you wanted to create that safe, judgment-free space for women to come together towards a common goal?
Yes, so initially when I first started back in 2016 and kind of shifted from men and women to only women, is because there was a huge gap where there were a lot of women-only gyms, but there wasn't really someone to hold them by the hand and guide them through the whole process in terms of what to do. Because as women, we do train differently. We have a lot to take into account. Our hormones are constantly changing. We train differently on our cycle. So all of that, it's a women-only, not just for privacy and judgment-free environment, but also because the program is very tailored specifically to women's needs and goals.
Now, what the theme for this whole talk this afternoon, or this evening rather, is all about having your fitness tribe, right? And what we've noticed earlier on is how earlier on we had Dale talking about creating this little community. Is it a community as well that you've built, or is it just like a one-off retreat?
Yes, no. So what we have is the classes, which is more of we only have 8 to 9 women per class to ensure quality, that it's tailored to each individual. And from that is, first of all, when you want a community or how to make it a community, you have to go to a place where everyone involved has similar goals and values, because you want to connect with them. So whether it's strength building, go to a community that focuses on strength and conditioning. Whether it's running, there's great community run clubs out there where they do run meetups and go beyond just the workout and the training. And what we kind of did, and I think why OSSALMA has become very successful, is going beyond the gym. So a supportive environment, making sure that everyone checks up on everyone. They'll ask about you when you're not here, hold you accountable in a positive way, but judgment without judging you, and to kind of push you towards your goal. And also another thing is going beyond the class, as I mentioned earlier, creating regular meetups. We'll do community breakfast at a new, clean, healthy cafe, or do hiking trips, or do the fitcations, and going beyond, doing workshops, offering guidance to each other where it goes beyond just what they do in the class. And that's where it kind of grew into the community that it is today.
Salma, how did you break the misconception around strength training for women? Because typically a lot of females will be hesitant that strength training will cause, too much muscle. So
yes.
How did you break that down?
Obviously, before I kind of shifted only to women, it was through my own journey. When I first started back in 2010, I was sharing a lot of my workout videos and strength, and I used to do a lot of really heavy lifting. So there was a lot of, comments, oh, you're gonna look too muscular, you're gonna, this is too much, or you shouldn't be lifting that heavy. But kind of through my social media and through my communication with my audience, I kind of completely shifted the ideology. And first of all, they need to understand the process. Once they understand the process, that idea of, oh, well, that's not then going to happen if I follow this process, and this is how it works. And kind of that's how it shifted through my own social media, and then to building it into a community of women who come just specifically for strength and conditioning classes.
Now, I'm asking because I know someone will be wondering. So I know it's a women's only class. Obviously, there's many reasons for that. Is it also halal friendly? If there are women who want to be able to work out without their hijabs on, do the retreats cater to that?
100%. So what we do is we make sure that the area we go in is completely private. So whether it's we usually try not to go to hotels or commercial hotels. So we find little boutique places or Airbnb, big luxury villas. And we make sure the staff is all women, because it's supposed to be everyone on board is all women. So it has to have that kind of privacy for the women to come along. And this is where my community kind of grew more into the Emirati community, and that's why they're able to come to these retreats, to these fitcations, to the classes and all of that, because they're able to, be there without worrying about privacy.
I'm glad I asked.
Yes, yes.
Salma, I think Faris asked a very valid question, but let's just take it out of the UAE for a little while. Let's imagine worldwide. I noticed that there are a lot of people that are going into either all female or all male groups now when it comes to fitness. Do you think it's a little bit more effective than having co-ed groups?
Honestly, it depends on everyone's goal, right? So if you want it, I feel like it's a great thing that people are focusing more individually on men and women separately, because I do believe we train differently and there's a lot to take into account. So when you do that, you do foster kind of a more individualized results. So it's definitely, I'm for it, because it specializes it. It's better.
And also, I think we train differently in front of each other as well.
100%.
I'm lifting heavier weights, probably ones I can't
Yes.
handle if there's women around. So, Salma, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
On DXB today. Now, stick with us, because very, very soon, Jason and I are going to be doing our very own workout. So we're going to get ready. Jason's already dressed, I'm not, and we'll be back with you in a second. This could either be very impressive or very embarrassing. We'll see you in a second.